Hi, I'm Dan Hernandez. I'd like to welcome you to this week's episode of Sport Fishing. Well, we're small boat fishing today. We're offshore kelp patty fishing. We're at the 277 area right now. See Galley out there. Bunch of boats here. Guys are catching yellowtail. There's some Dorado in the area. So I got some friends with me too. You got Hector and Todd out here. They're fishing with me on the boat. We'll be fishing the live sardines, artificials, trying to catch these fish. So stay tuned for a very exciting episode of Sport Fishing. This week's episode of Sport Fishing is brought to you by Shakespeare Rods and Reels, Cajun Red Fishing Line, Fluger Reels, Cabela's, America's Outfitter, Game Saver, and Blue Cross of California Foundation. We're at 277 right now. It's a good boat ride, and surprised to see some of the little boats here. But these guys are doing good. They got some fish. And there's a little tiny skiff right behind us. It's gotta be about maybe 18 feet at the most, 17-foot skiff. I can't believe they're this far out. They got a fish going. Here, Jeremy's got a fish going right here. I just got bit. Yeah. All right, Jeremy. Back up. Okay, there we go. Oh, we got two going. Todd's on, Hector's on, and I'm watching. All right, Todd. We got two going right here. Another boat here's got one. All right. Don't let him get back in the kelp. There's Dorado in the kelp. See Dorado jumping over back there. Hey, you got 20 on that one, Todd. So. I just got nibbled. There you go. All right, Todd. That's good. Oh, you had him. Todd's using an ugly stick tiger rod. It's got a Fluger reel. It's got a lever drag on it and a line winder. It's got a star drag level wind on there. It's a Fluger reel. It's got 20-pound test Cajun red line on there. There's Hector's fish. Let's get Hector's fish here. Hector's got a custom rod there. Okay. No. There you go. Keep him on the prop. Keep him on the prop. A little late now. It's in the prop. Okay, here. There you go. All right. This is Hector. He just gaffed Todd's fish. There's Todd's over there. Now we got one more fish, but he's wrapped on a prop or something. This week, This Old Boat is brought to you by Cabela's, America's Outfitter. Standing next to me is Bill Duffel with Tough Coat. Last week's episode, we showed you the basics of how to get started, doing the sanding, putting on the primer. What is it we're going to do this week?
We're going to go ahead and apply the coating. The boat's been sanded, taped off, primed. It's clean. It's ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and apply the product.
Why don't you explain a little bit about your product?
What we have, it's called Ultra Tough. It's a non-skid coating we developed primarily for boats, boat decks, docks. It's rubberized. We use rubber granules as opposed to like sand and paint.
Right.
It's water-based, so it's real simple to use. It's not toxic. You don't have any solvents. It's not flammable. You don't have to worry about being inside somewhere in a spark. And it's very simple to apply.
All right, so now we're ready to pour this on the boat?
Yep, we'll just pour it. What we have is a special roller that you need to use with the product. We sell these also. Cabela's has these also, so does Boaters World. So what it does, it has small little holes in the foam, and that distributes the rubber onto your surface.
And so you had to develop this too.
We developed this. You have to have this roller. So if you put it down with a regular roller, it won't work. You'll have big clumps of rubber and it won't look right.
Cool. And you had a lot of engineering to come up with this.
Well, it's that we wanted to make it user-friendly. That's the big thing. You were saying that you're used to two components and things are always kind of a pain in the rear to use with marine coatings.
Right.
So we developed everything we could to make it simple.
Cool. Well, let's get started.
You want to make sure that you do not try to stretch the product. The product goes down very thick and it has rubber granules in it. If you try to stretch it, you're going to have areas that do not have rubber in them. You'll just have like just resin. You'll just have a white spot in there or whatever color you're using. So you want to make sure that you don't try to stretch it. Always load your roller. Every time you go to the surface, you go to your tray. After you get that first coat down, you want to come over and you want to cross it. And it kind of helps lay it all down. And you can see popping all the little air bubbles. And it just blends it.
It's been a couple of days now. We let our paint really dry good. And you can see what the finish looks now. This tough coat worked really nice. We got a nice surface, non-skid surface, nice rubber non-skid surface. It's a lot softer on your feet than using sand, and this will last for a long time. Well, I'd like to thank everybody at Tough Coat, Bill for coming down here, Keith over at the office for helping me in the past. This really looks great on the boat. It looked great on your boat too. Well, let's get back on the water and show you some more exciting action here on Sport Fishing. This week, the Tackle Box is brought to you by Shakespeare, manufacturer of America's best-selling fishing rod, the Ugly Stick. This week in the Tackle Box, I want to talk to you about what we're doing today. We're offshore fishing, hunting for kelp patties, looking for Dorado, yellowtail. You know, when you think about Dorado, you usually think you have to use really heavy outfits, but you don't. You can get away with some of the lighter line. What you might want to do is use some heavier leader material before you tie onto your hook. Now, the basic outfits I use when I fish locally in Southern California, offshore, looking for school-sized yellows and those smaller Dorados. And, you know, we're finding Dorado this season over 20 pounds, is you can still fish the lighter lines. A reel like this, a Fluger reel with 12, 15-pound test line, works great. And you catch those school-sized yellows on this all day long. It's a light rod. You see me catch calico bass with this all the time. But I tell you, when you're on a small boat like this, there's no hurry to bring those fish in. It's deep water, usually over 1,000 feet deep, so you don't have to worry about the fish running down and cutting you off. You can take your time, fight the fish. It's a lot of fun. I got a 12-pound test line on here. Might use 15 sometimes, but 12-pound test is fine. If I see there's lots of bigger fish, I'll probably tie on a piece of 20 or 25-pound leader, Cajun red line, and it'll work fine. It's a light outfit rod, Ugly Stick light rod, and just all you're doing is making short casts with live bait, live sardines, and letting it swim. Now, if I do see some bigger fish, I'll move up to a larger reel like this, Fluger reel, star drag reel, makes it nice and convenient. Fishing 25, maybe even 30-pound test if I see the really big fish around, but 25-pound test is more than enough. Match it up with an Ugly Stick Tiger rod. This is all you need for offshore local fishing. You could even use 30-pound test line on this and catch the smaller striped marlin that we have locally. I wouldn't be afraid to do that. But again, you want to go 60, 80-pound test leader on top of this if you're bill fishing. But for today, we're just hunting for yellowtail, Dorado under the kelps, and outfits like this work great. Now you want to use live bait hooks. If you're new to fishing, I really recommend using a circle hook. If you're not new and you're really experienced, a J hook works fine. But a circle hook's great on these smaller fish, so if you want to release them, you always hook the fish in the corner of the jaw and you can just release them easily. So the whole key to fishing offshore like this is look around, try to find those kelp patties. Don't worry about trolling a lot because you're going to waste a lot of time. You really want to cover a lot of water. You'll see today that lots of times when we're out there, we won't even put the trolling lures out. We're moving at 10 knots, 12 knots, trying to move fish spot to spot, trying to cover a lot of water so we can get to those kelp patties and find those fish. And when you do find the fish out here in Southern California, especially this time of year where there's a lot of activity, a lot of publicity about the Dorado being local, you might find a lot of boat pressure on there. So just do like we're doing on this week's episode. Take your time, drive your boat up to the spot, drop your bait, hook your fish, fight the fish away from the kelp, let the other boats slide in, make their casts, hook their fish, and then you go back and you rotate in and hook another fish. Just work together with the other boats. You have a great time, catch a lot of fish. I tell you, it's a treat to catch these nice sized Dorado, catch these yellowtail in the local waters of Southern California. You'll really enjoy it. Take your boat offshore and try it. And if you can go with a buddy and buddy boat, so you have two boats in case something happens, it'd be a lot better. Make sure you belong to like Vessel Assessor, Sea Tow before you head offshore, because if you do have trouble, you want to make sure you can get towed back in. It costs you thousands of dollars to get towed in from the 14-mile bank, 277 spot. You want to make sure you have that insurance and be covered. Well, let's get back on the water and show you more exciting action here on Sport Fishing. Welcome back. I just got hooked up. We got more fish. The guy in the red boat, his name's Jeremy. Met him out here. He's been whacking the yellows. I just fly lined a bait out there, got bit pretty good. And I might have a Dorado. Yeah, it is a Dorado. This is a 17-pound test, Cajun red line. Got a Fluger reel, 17-pound test, Cajun red line, Shakespeare Ugly Stick Tiger Rod, inshore series. And it's working great offshore here for this Dorado. Try to work this fish away from the boat. Come on. Oh, nice little jump right next to the boat. Just let him take line. Don't worry about him hitting anything on the bottom. So I keep pressure on him, bring him up. Oh, this is awesome. 17-pound test, Cajun red. Gotta work him back up here. Yeah. Oh, there he is, right up on the surface. There he is. All right, Hector. Yeah. Come on, fishy. Straight up. There you go. All right. Woo! Dorado. Female Dorado. This is Hector, my buddy, came out, help us out. This is where your first gaff attempt went. Went right through there. Nice Dorado. 17-pound test, Cajun red line. We got a Fluger reel on here, Shakespeare Ugly Stick light rod, tiger rod, inshore edition. Worked awesome. Normally we fish this rig fishing calico bass, but we're out here today. We're at the 277. A lot of boats catching fish. This is the first Dorado we've seen come off the spot. A lot of yellowtail, but this is what we came for. This is the fish we wanted. Well, we're gonna fish the spot a little bit more, and then we're gonna go work inside toward the island, see if we can find us some other fish. Maybe look for a marlin, maybe a shark. You never know what to expect. Well, stay tuned. We'll be right back with more exciting action here on Sport Fishing. Woo! Todd, you're on. Oh, you just got bit. You did. Your rod just lit up. There it goes. Oh, triple! Okay, we got triple on the Dorados. Everyone's gaps their own for the next half hour. That's what we asked for, a kelp all by ourselves.
See, after I lost that on purpose for you. I'll make it show better.
Oh,
my God.
that's okay. We just lost our 2 other anglers. They're on the bow. The 2 fish are swimming together. They're both hooked up there, so we can get a shot of it. But I got my fish going here. We got triple going right now on the Dorado. We're fishing on my Chris craft. It's just awesome fishing. We got the cow patty all to ourselves. And really, we've drifted so far from the cow patty that we're really not fishing the patty. These are just fish that are cruising the area. Here comes Hector back on his fish. There you go. Welcome back.
Thank you.
There you go. All right. Yeah. There you go. Triple on the dodos. We just lost Todd's. Okay. Yeah, and yours was a big fish. It still is a big fish. Okay, here we go, Hector. One more time. I got it. There we go, I got it.
Yeah!
Yeah! All right, Hector. Woo! Here you go, here's your fish. Congratulations.
Yeah, let Dan get his.
Yeah, all right, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'd stick around and talk to you more, Hector, but my fish is still over here. Ty, put another bait out there, man. They're still here. Well, we just had that triple hookup on the Dorado. Hector got his, Todd and I dumped ours, but it's still early in the season. It's just the first week of August, and we're finding these quality fish. And a tool that we use to find these fish are these water temperature charts. This is a Terrafin company, sport-fishing.com is their website, and they have these color charts, and it's a service you pay for, but it really, especially the cost of gas and all that today, you don't have a lot of time to fish. It really eliminates a lot of area that we wouldn't want to fish. And here's a close-up of that. And where we got those fish was right here at the 277. There's Avalon, and we started at the 14-mile bank. So you can see where the colder water's inside, the really good water's at the 277. That's where we found the fish. And this is just another tool that you can use. You know, we're lucky in this era where the internet's got so much information. You get fish reports, weather reports, now you can even get water temperature charts. So it's pretty cool. Well, we'll take a little break from the action here. Let's go visit the Galley, and we'll show you how to cook up beautiful fish like these beautiful Dorado. This week, the Galley is brought to you by Dan Hernandez Dipping Sauces and the Baja Style Fish Batter. This week in the Galley, I want to show you how to cook up one of these Dorado that we're catching today. And this is a fun, delicious recipe, very easy to do. You can do it at home in your backyard. You can do it on a boat like this. Now what we have here are a couple little pieces of Dorado. I already kind of staked them out, got them all cleaned up. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a little sauce to go in there. So I'm going to start off here. We have a little bit of olive oil, some lime juice, some cut up garlic, some rosemary. Got that all tossed in there. I'm just going to squeeze in a little bit of lemon, and we're just going to mix this all up. We're going to use that like a marinade. We're going to soak our fish right in there. And it's so amazing when you see fish hit lemon and lime, it just starts to cook it. It already starts changing color. That looks so good. Now before we go ahead and put this in the grill, you want to always get your pan and spray it with a little bit of oil. And that way it doesn't stick. So we have a little bit of spray here. Now we have our fish all here. What I also like to do is just take a little bit of my spice rub, just add it on there, add a little bit more bite to it. Dorado has a lot of taste to it, and this kind of enhances it. You can find this on our website. We'll just go ahead and lay the steaks right on the grill. Pour that juice right on top. Boy, that looks great. I'm going to take off one of these pieces for you, right here on the pan. Oh yeah, that looks good. Take this one off too. I think it's all done. And this is it. Now I like to add a little bit more lemon juice on there. Just a touch of lime. And this is a very simple Dorado dish. Dorado's a really easy fish to do. And we're just gonna go ahead and take a little bite and have our dipping sauce. Yeah. The wasabi flavor with this dish is really good. Tastes great. You can look for the cookbook, all the dipping sauces and fish batters. Everything's available in the rubs on my website. Make sure you check it out today. This is a fun, delicious dish. Dorado is just a great fish to catch. Doesn't matter if you're fishing Nicaragua, San Diego, or Baja. Dorado's a really fun fish to catch, and it's a great fish to eat. Well, let's get back on the water and show you more exciting action here on Sport Fishing. This week, the tip of the week is brought to you by Magic Metal Jigs and B52 Bucktail Jigs. For this week's tip of the week, I want to talk to you about the importance of using all the information you can use. Now, we used that Terrapin map today to find out where the warm water was, and that made the difference. We could have spent a lot of time in areas where the water was too cold to catch Dorado, but because we use the internet, use the sport-fishing.com, and we caught fish like this. We had a great time on the water today. Hey, Hector, Todd, thanks for joining me.
Thanks, Dan. Thank you, Dan.
We had a great time fishing today. We hooked a lot more fish than we landed. It was a lot of fun using my own boat, going offshore, catching quality fish. Beautiful Dorado, some nice yellowtail. It was a great time. Well, I'm Dan Hernandez, hoping you enjoyed this week's episode of Sport Fishing, and I hope you join us again next week as we go looking for more of the best in sport fishing.